let's go over some stuff. This is probably stuff that every server should know. I mean, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully it's new to some people and I'm not just spinning my wheels here, wasting my time. But I've got a whole list of stuff I'll be reading from. This is going to probably be a little bit long. Please stay with me. We'll see how it goes. Number one, strike no from your vocabulary. Don't say no. Say something else instead, but don't say no. That's a great question. Let me find out. We'll both know the answer. You know what? When it comes right down to it, I'm not positive I have the answer for that. But I'll find out and I'll be right back. Like, there's a bunch of different ways to say no. I don't know the answer to your question, but I can find it. And if you simply can't do what it is they want done, tell them that. I mean, it's not a big secret or something. Like if you want a substitution, unfortunately they don't permit that. You can do this instead. Something like this. This is where menu knowledge comes into play. But you see where I'm going with this? Just try not to say no. There's always a more positive way to do what you're doing. Number two, don't speak like a robot. And I'm not going to number all these. I just said that. So when you're giving your choices, enunciate, number one. Number two, don't just throw them out there. Give them a chance to think about it. How many times have I heard a server or heard of a server that just blurted out the choices and they're like, oh my God, and they don't even pay attention. And I have to say it 3 times for them. Well, yeah, because you jammed them all together and they don't process like that. They don't already know what the choices are like you do. They need to hear them individually. And a lot of times I find that guests, when you say them slowly, yep, that's the one I want, they'll stop you right there. And I tell them, thank you for stopping me. Like, thank you so much for interrupting me. I appreciate it. Like, for real. I'm not saying don't interrupt me. I'm saying thank you for interrupting me. I appreciate it, so I don't have to go through the whole list. Check your plates. If it doesn't look right / good, don't serve it. Like, for real. This is one of those situations where you're your guest's ally when it comes to all of this stuff with the kitchen. You're the interface between the restaurant and the guest. Let me say that again. You are the only interface between the guest and the restaurant. Anything your guest needs, they're parked in that seat. They're reliant on you to get it for them. Refills, ketchup, ranch, fries. My stuff is cold. All of that stuff is on you to make it right for them. And in the same vein, you're the one that makes sure everything is perfect. So when you see the plate, if it isn't perfect, speak to the cook. If the cook isn't forthcoming with replacing or doing whatever needs to be done, speak to a manager. Like, I wouldn't go at a manager all, this needs to be redone. No. Are you comfortable with this going to the table like this? Or would you like it fixed? I'll do whatever it is you want me to do. And they know how slammed that kitchen is and how big a problem it's going to be. I've been where I work for a long time, so I can pretty much tell if it's going to be a big issue or not. But like, cooks are known for selling good side up. When I was a cook, hey, straight up, good side up. So maybe you want to get a fork and look at the bottom side of that chicken and see if it's burnt, if you think it's burnt, etc., etc. And there are little key points, like if the top side of chicken is a little underdone, good chance the bottom is burned, like, or overcooked at least. And you need to get in touch with that. So always make sure the food is right when it goes to the guests. At the same time, always pass from your order book. Never pass food from the chit that the restaurant the cooks give you. That's what you ordered from them. However, is it right? You get one more chance to figure all that out before the guest gets it. That's when it's on the tray and you're looking at your server book, figuring out who got what, when, where, how, and make sure those two align and you get the right food to the right person. And please make sure you use your pivot points, seat numbers, however your restaurant calls it. The point being that you should not walk to a table. Who? Come on, man. You took the order. They were sitting in that seat when they ordered from you. Different scenario when everybody moves. They have to understand that. And depending on the level of restaurant you're at, you should be making notes for who looks like what in reasonable terms. Yellow shirt, not old lady blue hair. Yellow shirt, so that you know who gets what if they do move, depending on the level of your restaurant. If you're at IHOP, let's not worry about all that. If you're at a place that charges $100 a plate, darn straight. But then again, they're not going to be moving. So the point is moot. So that's your last chance to get it right. So I think I'm going to break this into a bunch of little videos. I think that's enough for one. If you have questions or comments, please put them in. I'm happy to address that. Peace. Get out there, make great service, serve great food, make great money.